Hello, and welcome to the History of North America. My name is Mark Vinet, and I'm your host. I hope you will join me on this exciting and fascinating journey through time that is the story of my continent. Although I have greatly enjoyed traveling the world throughout my lifetime, North America remains my home and holds a special place in my mind, heart, and soul. For decades, I have pursued my passion for this part of the world as a historian, author, professor, scholar, radio host, lecturer, researcher, and curious tourist. I have chosen to present the eclectic history of North America in a series of detailed episodes. Each episode, I shall attempt to inform, teach, and entertain you in a positive manner with the sweeping saga of North America from its deep history origins to our present epoch. My first task is to share with you, the listener, my personal definition of the term North America. As you well know, history is not black and white. It's gray, complicated, and sometimes messy. And that applies to the geographical limits and borders of our world's continents. The huge American landmass occupies the majority of Earth's western hemisphere and is divided into many different sections. Some divvy it up into 4 parts: North America, South America, Central America, and the West Indies or Caribbean islands. Others prefer the simpler and straightforward approach of grouping all territories and countries into the 2 recognized continents of North America and South America. This oft-used view defines North America at its broadest and includes 29 countries from Canada to Panama. The narrow view includes only 2 nations, Canada and the United States. For the purposes of this series, I have decided to define North America according to an alternative viewpoint reflected in certain modern treaties. My North America, and yours, if you choose to join me, includes the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Episodes of this series shall explore the interesting, compelling, inspiring, and tragic stories of these 3 great nations, their inhabitants, heroes, villains, leaders, and respective geographies. My goal is to make this series fun for everyone. History should be savored and enjoyed by all, not only historians. As mentioned, history is not black and white. Nothing is. Rainbow colors mixed with subtle shades of gray permeate within and around most events, occurrences, eras, and personal lives, so that in order to fully understand history, one must piece together a delicate puzzle of facts and impressions into a multicolored mosaic that is, at best, in focus. The degree of focus depends on the ability of the generation looking back to properly digest an enormous amount of information, covering a wide span of time. This premise surely applies to the history of North America. This historical period should not be put into a vacuum and understood only via its location on our planet. Instead, it should be analyzed and viewed on a more comprehensive scale, in a global context and generations of time. Objectivity remains any historian's ultimate but purely unattainable goal. No matter how hard one tries, life's many experiences and influences inevitably and most often unconsciously lead all spectators, reporters, and historians towards undeniable and universally natural human subjective traits. With this in mind, I will nevertheless attempt in good faith to take it upon myself to explain events and attitudes as they were, and not as one might wish them to have been. Also, I shall attempt to avoid the oversimplification of causes. Rarely is one event the direct cause of only or simply one other event. Situations and occurrences usually arise due to a variety and multitude of reasons that uncover and give the best and fullest understanding of what happened. It is thus with this open-minded prism-like attitude that I shall look and search for the multiple causes that led to the thrilling story of North America An action-packed tale, by the way, that is still unfolding. For example, this series will paint a canvas that illuminates the political, economic, and social landscapes of 3 countries from their prehistoric origins up to the computer age. This fascinating historical journey will follow an unavoidable path of exciting events led by people who at times reach beyond their grasp to touch key moments in time. The series shall sweep across the grand issues of the day and reveal ominous signs of things to come. Together, we will voyage back to earlier times and investigate incidents that set in motion a series of events that help explain the close, yet sometimes contentious relationship of these 3 continental neighbors. The United States, Mexico, and Canada have many important geographic features and attributes in common. They share the coastlines of 2 oceans, the Appalachian Highlands, 4 of the Great Lakes, the interior plains, the Rocky Mountains, and many deserts and rivers. It is not surprising, therefore, that the history of the exploration and subsequent settlement of these countries are closely interrelated. The complete history of these 3 nations cannot, I repeat, cannot be properly analyzed and understood without reference to the history of the other. I hope this introductory episode will encourage you to join me on this wonderful adventure. I'm Mark Vinet, and I hope you enjoyed the listen.